They think the possible suspect is this somebody who all along there was some suspicion?
About all that, all them gnats, you know, they can't really touch me. Y'all, at the end of the day, y'all see and y'all know what it is. You know, the track record, y'all know the business acumen, y'all know the community service. I don't even care if it's hard to believe because the proof is there.
Even though everyone is aware of the identity of the person who shot Patrick dead in 1996, police have reason to suspect that there is more to the story. It seems that the recently reopened case has rocked the music industry, sending one infamous hip-hop mogul into a tailspin as the truth about his involvement in this crime suddenly came to light.
Nearly 27 years after that infamous night.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Celebrity Live Channel. As you are aware, no one has ever been arrested in the wake of the brutal shooting death of the 25-year-old rap legend about 3 decades ago, but it appears that the police now have a lot more information that could identify the criminal. July 18th, Las Vegas police confirmed that they had executed a search warrant related to Tupac Shakur's long-unsolved shooting, bringing the case back into the public eye almost 30 years after the rap legend's death. While fans in Tupac's family are holding out hope that the criminal will finally be held accountable for this horrible crime, one person is now experiencing panic, and that's this case's primary suspect. Diddy, a well-known music producer, seen.
But he's happy it's happening, and he says he hopes it'll bring some more closure to the case.
Despite the man's repeated public claims that he was in the car when gunshots rang out and shot the rapper who was a passenger in another vehicle, Tupac Shakur's tragic death has remained a mystery for the better part of 3 decades. However, it appears that the police are getting closer to providing more information about the incident and have found a lot of intriguing evidence. For laptops, an iPhone, a desktop, a few tablets with broken screens, and a problem 2 black tubs containing pictures and a Vibe magazine about Shakur, coupled with the bullets that might have been used to shoot the rapping.
Do you feel like Puffy owe you?
Yeah, he should. I think he should look out.
Although the police don't currently share their findings with the media or reporters, there has been speculation in Hollywood that Diddy, the main suspect in this case, may suffer if his case is reopened after nearly 3 decades. Although Diddy's Music Mobile has an alibi for that night and wasn't far from the crime scene, there is a belief that he hired a hitman to kill the rapper. In Las Vegas, police searched a residence linked to Dwayne Keith Davis, also known as Keefy D, who has been a key player in the case for a long time in his book Compton Street Legends. According to Davis, he is one of, despite his claims that he knows everything about the case and was even giving the gun to Orlando Anderson, the alleged shooter, Keefy D has never been charged or arrested as an accomplice. It seems that police value his testimony too much, and now it feels like they have the final piece of the puzzle and are prepared to...
And subsequently that gun is used to shoot Tupac. So he's openly saying that he's, a significant part of this whole murder.
Diddy may have forgotten the simple fact that karma will come back to you with punishment when you least expect it. But there have been rumors circulating in the past that he paid off the police and investigators and used all of his influence and action to touch this case and turn it into the unsolved mystery of the 1990s. Now that Keefy D's house has been searched and numerous new evidence of his and Diddy's involvement has been found, it seemed like a matter of time because the officers would be knocking on the music mogul's door with a warrant.
In the community, as we know, and in the streets, there was never a mystery to who killed Tupac. That was never a mystery.
There haven't been any court responses to this case yet, but numerous people and hints have indicated that Diddy was keen to silence Tupac. 2 years prior to the tragic event, Shakur was shot multiple times during a robbery in the lobby of a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. Tupac claimed that not only did he know about this attack, but he also assisted in planning the shooting and beating the music mogul. Tupac publicly accused Tupac of lying, claiming that this story is a lie, that it is utterly untrue, and that neither Biggie Wallace nor I knew of any attack before, during, or after it occurred, but we all know because they are envious, other rappers constantly attempt to damage his reputation and pull him down. How did he typically respond to any charges in his own words?
So when I hear or I see things, and I'm like, wow, this vibe that they got.
However, he now appears to have lost confidence after learning that the case containing a ton of new evidence will be presented to a grand jury in Las Vegas. What's worse for the infamous music mogul is that, according to someone with direct knowledge of the investigation, no one was allowed to speak publicly to prevent any links. However, many people don't even need more clues because, as one user commented, everyone knows it was Puff Daddy. It was never a mystery he'd pay the Crips because somehow Orlando had some revenge against Tupac, but he loved him and Orle too. And another user added that Combs had blood on his just as Suge Knight has blood in his hands over Easy 8. Let's see how Diddy will attempt to preserve his freedom and reputation this time around. There are too many clues that essentially point to his involvement in this case, and this isn't the first time his name has come up during discussions of this tragic event. Do you guys recall how retired Lap Police Officer Greg Caden claimed that Diddy orchestrated Tupac's death and a drive-by shooting?
This vibe that they got is there has been negative propaganda put out.
Greg directly accused Diddy of planning Tupac's shooting death in his documentary, and he discovered that Dwayne Keith had used $1 million to kill the rival, while Katie maintained that the Los Angeles Police Department had resolved the case years prior. However, there was no compelling explanation for Diddy's lack of charges in the movie. Due in part to Tupac's fame, Katie claimed that Los Angeles authorities chose not to charge him. They reportedly failed to pursue Tupac's case because Orlando Anderson, the suspected shooter, had already died from an unrelated shooting incident.
For Sean Combs, I mean, what are his choices really? I mean, is he going to come out and confess to his association with the killers of Tupac?
Greg Caden says he killed everyone involved in his shooting death, but he made a mistake by keeping Keith Diddy alive. Now that the police have searched his home, they have more proof to charge the music mogul because, according to Caden, Diddy had no other option. Although it's unclear who started the feud between the rappers on the West Coast and the East Coast, it appears that Diddy decided to fire first against his enemies because he was in a desperate situation and knew that if he didn't take matters into his own hands, he might have been the one-shot periods. His primary responsibility when he wakes up each day is to defend himself and fight back against the numerous people in the industry that wish him well.
There's a pretty good chance that Orlando Anderson would have been charged had more time been given to put the case together.
However, if Diddy truly wants to rescue himself this time, he needs to utilize every tactic at his disposal because, in addition to the police pursuing him, it seems like the entire industry is poised to drag him down for masterminding this heinous crime. The lyric "But Kells, the day you put out it hits the day Diddy admits that he put out a hits the day that he admits that he put out the hit that got Paco I'm sick of you being wet" is part of the song Kill Shot, which was written by another hip-hop legend Eminem, who was so moved and shocked by Tupac's passing that he even openly accused it. Claims that he is merely toying with Puffy. Slim Shady once said that Tupac had a huge influence on him, thus it seems to be more than just
was the first rapper to me that could make you cry. Like I felt him that much.
Now the fate of Diddy is in the police's hands.
just a joke. Diddy's fate is now in the hands of the police, and there is hope that he will be apprehended for the crime he orchestrated 3 decades ago. However, there is one viewpoint regarding Diddy's long-awaited imprisonment, with some internet users writing things like "the wrath of the Lord is moving on Dirty Money Diddy for Shirley," and it appears that other fans have given up hope. One of these skeptics said that nothing will come of this Puffy unless they get some recording or film. It will take time to determine whether the person responsible for this act will face consequences. But what do you think of this guy? Did he escape this time? That's all for today. Thank you for watching, stay tuned, and I promise to be back very soon. In the meantime, check out my other videos about the dark side of the music industry. Or is the evidence against him too strong and his thick pockets won't save him this time? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.